Let's lift this up a little bit. There, that will help. Good morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 344, I believe, and we're here live in Southwest Florida watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees in the east. And this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. We've got some friendly birds here already this morning. The sun's already coming up. What a difference. Well, you can tell that spring's on its way because sunrise is starting a little earlier in the morning and sunset's a little later in the evening. We're getting more daylight every day, and boy, does that make me happy. More sunlight is a better day for me. I prefer daylight to nighttime a lot. Good morning, Karen and Anna and Lisa. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Joe and Jane. Thank you for being here. How gorgeous is the sound of the waves this morning too, my goodness. I did not sleep well last night, and yet somehow I'm a bundle of energy this morning. Don't know what that means, but anyway, I'm excited and happy to be here. Good morning, Melissa and Sherry, Leanne, and Christy and Patty. Thank you for joining me, everyone. It is a beautiful morning at the beach. The sun is already up, golden, beautiful sunrise, and lots of people down here. There's somebody out there already playing in the water. Let's see, who else is here? Thanks everybody for being here live with me. Good morning, Grace. Thank you for being here. Show you guys the beach. There's lots of activity here today. Good morning, Beatrice. Here's the beach to the north of us. We've got lots of people walking, lots of birds. Here's our gorgeous big fireball in the sky coming up over the trees. Lots of people to the south of us. I've seen quite a few people in and out of the water already. I'm guessing it's warm. I don't think I'm gonna try it. Tripod's messing up a little bit here. Give me a second. See if that helps. So you know how I have a new tripod? It's already broken. And I bought it at Best Buy and didn't keep the box or the receipt. So I'm worried that there's no way I could return it. Now, I probably have the receipt, but I definitely don't have the box. And I just don't think it's the kind of store that takes returns. But I think where it's broken, well, one thing broke off, you can't fix that. The other part, I believe, could be fixed with duct tape. So I'm going to do that instead. And we're gonna go with it. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining live. I brought a couple pieces to do a little more demo. The Amelia knit vest and the Selena crochet ruan. I wanted to show a little bit more about mixing colors with your belt and your underlayers. I'm glad you're here, Margaret. Thank you. Best Buy takes returns easily. Okay, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, you know, I hate going into stores that are difficult about it and try to make me feel stupid. So I usually avoid stores that I don't think take returns well, but I went there because I knew they had a great selection of tripods and I needed one. So I'm just hesitant to go in because it makes me very angry when a store won't take back faulty merchandise. So we'll see. And like I said, if I can fix it with duct tape, that's fine too. Thanks, Grace. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that because of the black underlayer is something I wanted to talk about today. How you wear your open work knit and crochet lace pieces, things that you can see through, how they look with different colored underlayers makes a whole different look. So what I wanted to point out today is that today I made a point to wear a dark underlayer, meaning black, and matched it with a black belt. So sometimes it's fun to match your outer layer with the belt, like when I've shown you how to use the actual yarn and make a yarn belt so it kind of blends in with the piece. But it's another interesting look to match the belt with your underlayer. And I think this gives a really nice optical illusion. Maybe not optical illusion, it's not really an illusion, but it gives a nice suggestion of that tapered waist. So even if you're trying, well, it is an optical because guess what? My waist is here. So the fact that it looks like it's here is an optical illusion that my waist looks thinner than it is. So yes, I guess that is the right way to say it. And it looks beautiful. Now I'm going to tell you a don't here also. I'm wearing light colored jeans because it's what I had to put on this morning. If I was really putting this together as an outfit, I would definitely go with a darker pant. You could either wear black pants with the black top, or I would go with dark denim. And some of the dark blue denims look absolutely fantastic with black. I just think that it's a little too much contrast with these light jeans where I don't feel like it's a cohesive look. Is it fine? Yes. Is it a wow? No. It would be more of a wow with dark denim or darker pants. But if so, just pay attention from here up. You can see that this silhouette is very well put together, and it's the matching the belt with the underlayer that really makes it pop. And now I want to show you that on the other piece. And then just a reminder, how cute this looks without the belt. Look at this. I love this piece. I think it's so fun. All right, but I'm going to take it off now and show you the other one too. All right, so I showed you how to belt this piece with a brown belt the other day, and I think I've also shown you how to do it with a yarn belt. So today I wanted to demonstrate doing it with a belt that matches the color of your underlayer, and how that will show you a different look as well. And keep in mind, this won't be perfect because I'm eyeballing it while I'm wearing it and not in front of a mirror. But you can definitely still get the idea, and you could do a way better job at home. Let's see, does that look about right? Not too bad, actually. I also can't find the hole. Oh, there they are. Okay. So now, cinch this back. Remember, the key is to get it smooth across the belt portion and do all the gathering in the sides. That's how you make this look work. You want this section to be smooth, and then the extra bit is here. And look at how nice that looks put together when the belt matches your underlayer. It really emphasizes that skinny waist, doesn't it? Not that it looked bad with the other belt, and not that it looks bad. Get that straight. Not that it looked bad any of the other ways. I'm just showing that it is another way to change the look altogether again. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, and it's just another way to wear it, right? So it actually dresses it up too. I feel like this could be a much dressier look if you added black dress pants and black pumps. I think you could really wear this out in the evening then too, whereas some of the other ways I've shown it were a little more casual and daytime looks. Good morning, Cynthia. I'm glad you could be here. Does anybody have any questions or want to see anything close up or anything like that? Good morning, Nikki. Thanks for being here. Margaret likes it this way too. Great. Hi, Anna. Good morning, Vera. Glad you could be here. Hi, Carol. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, Sherry posted photos of her finished piece of this in the Create, Share, Inspire group. So if you want to see Sherry's, it looks really great on her, and she showed several of the styling methods too. So it's fun to see that my suggestions work for somebody else, and I think it also helps other people. The more different ways you can see something, the more different models you can see it on, the more different colors, the more, her piece and my piece are the same, but her underlayers were probably different colors. I just think it gives you a more well-rounded idea of how something could work for you when you can see the similarities and differences of the same piece on different people. So thank you so much for sharing that, Sherry. I think it might inspire even more people to give it a try. Do I have any other pieces with me this morning? You know what? I wanted to wear the Sally vest this morning, and I couldn't find it. Now I know why. Oh, which brings me to a great question. Sherry had a great question about the Sally vest the other day. She said, could I do it in colors? And I thought, absolutely you could do it in colors. So remember, this is done in strips. Each one of the strips go this way. When you look at your pattern, if you've already downloaded your pattern, you will see on the schematic how this is. See, oh, Karen, yes, this would be amazing in Be So Bling yarn. That would make it really dressy too. This is the same weight as Be So Sporty yarn, so you would want to follow the yardage for Be So Sporty Yarn Bling, and absolutely you could make this. It would be gorgeous. You could probably also do it in Be So Fine Bling too. It would be a little lighter, but that would be beautiful too. So back to this one. So these strips are all long, skinny strips going this way. So she was asking if she could do every other strip 2 different colors. She was thinking, I think she was talking about Lilac Memories and Lavender, possibly. I could be wrong, but I said yes, that would be absolutely gorgeous. And then after that, I also suggested that you could do the joining round in a 3rd color. So each of those stripes would be a different color, but then a joining round would be the border around each one of those strips being the same. So it would be a stripe in between a solid. So you could do it that way as well. And then she asked the really great question. She said, okay, well, would the stripes be horizontal or vertical then? And I was like, this is a great question to bring up on the podcast so that I can show you. Okay, remember, when we're looking at it 2-dimensional, I think you can see the strips now, right? And I think when I do the video, I'll do them in different colors to really emphasize this point. So once we put it on now, remember, this is the piece, right? So those strips are going this way. Now, as soon as we lay this down, the strips, so here's the strips. So in the back, they're going horizontally, right? Here's the strips again. Here it is 2-dimensional, but then once you put it on, it becomes 3-dimensional, and guess what? Now the stripes are vertical in the front, so that horizontal stripe turns and becomes vertical. Now when we tie it in the front, we're going to follow those stripes again to see which way they go. So now once we tie it in the front, those horizontal stripes kind of on a diagonal and then horizontal again. So great question, Sherry, and I hope this helps you and helps other people as well. So you can see how different it would look with the stripes. Have a great day to you too, KB Crafter. Good, Sherry. And you were talking about doing colors that are close in the same family. I think that would be a lot more subtle than if you did contrast colors, but it would be great in black and white too. So even if you did something like Chantilly Lace and Raven, what a striking piece that would be in contrast colors. But staying within a color family like Pink Damask, Lilac Memories, and Lavender, it would be gorgeous to keep 3 colors in the same family. You could do that also with some of the blues, or even mixing in some of the variegateds with the colors that go with the variegateds. Like, for example, the lalia caplet is done in Sangria. What if you did the strips in Sangria, but then picked one of these colors for the joining round? So you would use Passionate Plum or Crushed Berries or something like that. That would be really cool too. So you could mix and match that way as well. Does anybody have any other questions about that? Oh, Pink Damask, Lavender, and Chantilly Lace would be gorgeous too. Yeah, Tammy, this would be beautiful all in Chantilly Lace also, absolutely. White's such a great color for spring and such a great color for crochet lace. I mean, you could do this in a solid, you could do this all in a variegated color and keep it one color still. You could do Moonstone or Sangria or any of the other variegated colors. I'm not sure what Vera's asking, but thanks for helping, Karen. Any other questions before we move on? I'm going to try something else on again. I'm going to put the lalia caplet back on. Oh, do I even have a tie? I don't. Oh, I can show you how to tie the tie on this one again then. Okay, so here's the lalia caplet. It's 2-dimensionally. It's a half circle. This would be pretty in different colors too. You could do the, let's see, what is it, 1, 2, 3, the 4-round repeat, a 4-row repeat. You could do that in different colors and make the stripes. That would be gorgeous. So once you put it on over your shoulders, it could definitely be worn like a shawl like this. But what I thought was so interesting is when you take this tie, you can transform it into more of a fitted piece. And you could do it as simply as just tying it one time right here. I think if you were going to do this, I would make the ties a little bit shorter, but you'll get the idea. But even just tying it the one time, super cute like that. But why I made these ties a little bit longer is because I love corset tying. I think it's a great way to replace buttons on a piece, especially when you're making something so light and delicate. I think it's a little harder to find the right buttons when you're doing something light and delicate than when you're doing something a little sturdier with a sturdier band for buttons. My opinion, of course. You can have a different opinion. Look at that, just totally transforms this into a top. It does not look like a shawl to me anymore. It looks like a top to me now. So I went from the top down. You could also go from the bottom up so that the tie is here. Yes, this would be gorgeous in bling also. Be So Fine bling. This would be absolutely stunning. Stunning. I love how loose and flowy the bottom is, and once you tie it like this, you have your arms completely free. You could dance the night away in this. Corset tying is a great way to add closure to so many different things, and I'm so glad that I was able to feature it on a half circle shawl like this to show you how much it transforms something like this. Grace loves the sangria. Me too. It's such a fun color. Doesn't this look like something you'd wear to go dancing? Good morning, Rosalinda. Thanks for being here. Or Rosalinda. Yes, Sherry. I love how it covers your arms too. Me too. So you could even wear a form-fitted dress under this. And as long as you had on Spanx, I think you could look, even if you don't feel like you look outstanding, you could look outstanding. Because you're covering your arms, and you can still see the silhouette underneath, even though you're not showing all the intricacies of your curves. I think that it's modest and a little bit sexy. I think it's just a little bit of both worlds. Thanks, Christy. Thank you, Lisa. So glad you guys love it too. Yeah, great piece for holiday. If you did this in bling, this would be fantastic for holiday parties. Or if you're going to a wedding this spring or summer, I would make it in a color that matches your dress or contrasts your dress, and I think it'd be gorgeous. Oh, Kimberly's husband likes this, so she's gonna make it. Awesome, I'm so glad. That's wonderful. Yeah, and beads at the bottom would be fantastic. So if you were gonna wear this to a wedding or a fancy party, I would absolutely add beads. You could add beads in the pattern as well as in the points of the edging. Or if you wanted to skip the beads, use bling yarn and you'll get that same shimmery effect. Can you imagine that at night on a dance floor, how it would just shimmer? It'd be so gorgeous. Be beautiful for a bride too if you went with Chantilly lace bling. Be a beautiful way to cover up for the ceremony. Yeah, beads would always give us extra sparkle. Love that too. Yes, if anybody has a bride that they want to make something for this spring or summer, I think that this would be absolutely gorgeous to wear over a strapless dress for a ceremony, and then obviously take it off for the reception if she felt like it. Though it'd make a really cool ensemble with the strapless dress because you would see skin underneath the lace all on the top. That would be gorgeous. I should think about that for doing some photos in a strapless dress just to accentuate it. It would be so beautiful. Can you make it longer? Absolutely. All the shaping's already done at this point, and it's so full that you wouldn't even need to add more shaping. You would just want to add more rows to make it longer. Great question, by the way. Thank you. So much activity here today. It's hard to not look around at everybody and everything. Yeah, Christy just noticed too, so much going on. I almost couldn't find parking this morning either. I had to drive here. I had to go somewhere right after the podcast. And so it was very risky. I almost didn't make it. I was just about to give up, and then I saw brake lights come on, and I rushed around the corner and said, that's mine. You know, when you put your blinker on so people know I'm taking that one, I did that. Thought maybe we could look at the next quote in my journal. I was busy writing yesterday. Christy, yes, there are links to all of everywhere, where to find all of my things in the video description below. Not sure if there's a specific link to any of these specific patterns, but if you follow the link to my website, you can find all of the patterns as well as the ebook that these patterns are in as well. Okay, this quote is from Mark Twain. It's "Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest." And I really like this quote. It takes a minute to process sometimes. Sometimes it depends on your frame of mind, right? Which is what I love about having so many different quotes in these books, because on a day when I'm really lost, I just flip and look at one. You know what I mean? And every day, depending on where you're at, it can mean something different to you. And it sounds a little cheesy, but it's so true. Your mood and your frame of mind can make your perspective on everything different. Actually, that's kind of a profound statement. Anyway, let's go back to the quote. So the quote is, "Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest." It's always, always, always the right choice to do the right thing, right? And some people will appreciate it. Some people will be inspired by it. And even the people that on the surface level seem upset by it, you know what? It's only because it really does touch them somewhere deep, and they have their own things to work out. So it's never, ever a wrong idea to do the right thing. And even if you feel like you're getting flack for it somewhere, that's on them. Brings me to another quote. I always do this. I think of one and then talk about one and then it reminds me of another. What other people think of me is none of my business, right? Just do the right thing. Wake up in the morning, choose to be the best person you can be. When you know better, you do better. Until then, do the best of your ability of what you know, and don't worry about what other people think, because that's none of your business. And I'm not meaning you, I mean you, meaning us collectively, because that is where I get the most joy, is when I focus on me, wake up and choose to do the best I can. Am I perfect? Heck no. Do I make mistakes all day long? You betcha, just like everybody else. But I do my best. And if I feel like I'm not doing my best, I step aside and take a breather and go back and try to do my best again. The only way I sleep well at night is if I try to do my best. Try not to focus too much on my imperfections, although I do, just like everybody else. And that's another reason why my notebooks are so important to me, because just, first of all, writing down what I'm grateful for brings the focus back to where it needs to be. You know, when we started the podcast this morning and I first took the first piece off and I was getting ready to put the second piece on, I saw myself in my black tank top and my jeans, and I was like, ugh. Right? Was that the focus of the podcast this morning, for me to be grossed out by the way I look with my rolls hanging over my jeans under my black tank top? No, that wasn't the focus. But my mind went there, and I had to pull myself out of it to show you guys what I wanted to show you this morning. And you know, when we're done with the podcast, I'm going to write down what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I had great opportunities this morning to show you guys how these things make me feel better about the way I look. If I was just in this tank top, I wouldn't be comfortable. I'm more comfortable with these beautiful layers on top of my tank top. And by focusing on the positive, I was able to get over that. So I know everybody else has the same problems too. I'm not the only one, right? We all have. It doesn't make sense when you're not there, but when you're there, you totally understand what I'm saying. And so when I start writing this morning, I'm going to first write, I'm grateful that I got past my little my little moment of not being happy with myself, you know, because you got to get past it to move on. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, Karen, layers add lots of dimension. Lots. And no matter what size, shape, or how your clothes look underneath, they add something to everybody. I think layers just make everything more interesting. Thanks, Tammy. I'm so happy that I get to share the beach too. That's another thing that I write in my gratitude journal in the morning, is I talk about how grateful I am to be able to share the beach with people that don't have beach in their neighborhood. Grace has been writing in her journal for a week. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, Grace, now that you've had some time to do it regularly. That's awesome. Can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on how it makes you feel. Does anybody have any other questions this morning? Oh, and drawing about her feelings in there too. Yes, there's spaces to do. I have little areas to draw around the quotes, which is really fun too. You're welcome, Sherry. I'm so glad you could be here and enjoy the beach and talking about crafts and creativity and inspiration every day. Lisa loves the coloring too. Awesome. I'm so glad. Me too. It's a great place to just to still your mind, right? Sometimes coloring is just a way to keep your hands busy, keep your brain busy, but keep your mind still. Like, you're not worrying about other things. You're focused on just that one activity. Someone's using your journal for prayer something and I missed the rest. Love to see that again. If you want to write it in the recorded comments, I can read it later. So glad to see so many people are using the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. It makes me so happy. Grace says the journal makes her feel fulfilled, mindful, and oddly peaceful. Wonderful. Kimberly loves the whole group. It's so inspiring. I'm so glad. Sherry shares tags of the yarn. I'm not sure what you meant, but I appreciate you sharing with other people. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising in the whole world, so I know lots of you do talk about me and my brand with people that you know, and I could not be more grateful for all of you. You have no idea. So incredibly grateful for all of you. Whoa, it got dark. Sun went behind a cloud. So bright out here this morning. Here it comes. I can't wait to put my sunglasses back on. Back in the beginning of the podcast, I wore sunglasses the first few episodes, and somebody complained that it felt so impersonal for me to talk with sunglasses on, and I got the point. And then someone else wrote something very spiritual about how important it was to make eye contact in the podcast. And I remember thinking, gosh, you know, eye contact is so incredibly important to me in everyday life and in physical form. I'm somebody that uses a lot of eye contact in person, which is intimidating to some people, but I think it's actually very respectful. So I do use a lot of eye contact when I speak. And I thought, if that's how I feel, then I really should take my sunglasses off for the podcast. So I've never worn them since. Eye contact is important, Sherry. I agree. So when you and I meet one day, I'm sure you and I will make a lot of eye contact if you feel the same way. Yeah, I'm not out here long enough, Grace, so hopefully the short bit of time that I'm out here, and I try not to look directly at the sun, obviously. Hello from Brazil. Glad you could be here. Well, we're almost out of time, everybody, so let's take this last minute to look out on this magnificent view. Soak in the colors and the sound of the waves for one more minute and set our intentions for the day. thank you so much, everybody, for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the demo, the sharing, and chatting with me and everyone else here. Hope you enjoyed the birds and the scenery. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and click that bell notification if you'd like to be notified when I go live. There's also a link in the video description to find me on social media, on my website, and if you'd like to sign up for my free newsletter, be the best way to find out when there's something new going on. That's where I share news first. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.